Hello there! What is going on, everyone? Today we are looking at the We Are Brave Squad Pack for Star Wars Shatterpoint. We are going to unbox this. We are also going to look at the cards. We're going to look at the sprues. We're going to put the miniatures together. You get to see what they look like assembled and help determine if this is maybe a pack that you might be interested in. We're getting Queen Amidala. We're getting Sabe. We're also getting two of the handmaidens, which are highly trained bodyguards. The movies really didn't pay a whole lot off with the unnamed handmaidens. However, the books have certainly delved into that, and they are certainly trained and very capable at protecting their queen. Also, big thanks to Atomic Mass Games for sending this out for review. Thank you guys very much for making this review possible. And if you want to learn more about Star Wars Shatterpoint or get instructions for assembling your miniatures or the rules for the game, all of that will be in the link in the video description below. So let's go ahead and get this box opened up. I'm going to put off all of this stuff here. While I'm unwrapping this, let me tell you guys we are doing a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. That one's running for about another week. What you have to do to enter to win them is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos, and you can put that towards a gaming expansion of your choice. Like maybe picking up one of these awesome squad packs. Maybe checking out some of the latest Star Wars collectibles that I have, or anything like that. All right, so we've got lots and lots of cards. We're gonna have all of our multi-language cards in here, and we're also going to have our sprue. We're gonna take a look at that. We're also going to take a look at our little insert here. We've got our multi-language support on the back. We have our read this first. This is going to be a little URL to remind you where to go get the instructions. We also big thanks to everybody who helped make the game. This is all the credits page right there. Let's go ahead and let's do the sprue first, and then we'll look at the cards, and then we'll put all of the minis together. So we're going to be getting our 4 bases, as you typically get. We are going to just have all 4 of these on one sprue. I actually think this is going to be one of the easier sprues to assemble. If you look at Sabe here, we've got her feet, her whole torso and legs and everything. All the front of her, including her head, is just one piece. We've got the back here as another piece, and we've got some arms right there. The handmaidens also, they don't look like they've got too many super small pieces, so they should be a little bit easier for a lot of folks to assemble. We do have a small hand right there on one of the handmaidens as well. And then we have Queen Amidala, who is going to have some complexity with some of the extra pieces for the flowing robes, which are going to be pretty cool. I know some people like to paint these on the sprue. It's certainly an option that you can do. We have the beautiful gown. This is, I think, a story when they were actually filming this, and this gown that she wore actually had lights. Like there was an extension cord that could be seen kind of running to her gown to kind of power up and make these things actually glow. Which is really cool, and then maybe that's something that you can capture when you are painting them, is to try to give them that glow, which is cool. We also have some basing materials here if you wanted to put some downed B1 droids, on the feet of some of your handmaidens and stuff like that. So very cool stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the cards we're going to get, and then we'll look at them a little closer so we can learn about what they do and who they are and how they want to be. So we've got all of our different language cards. We've got one of those, and then we've got our different stance cards and our order cards. Lots of different versions of these as well. So let's take a closer look at these. All right, so first we're going to look at Padme Amidala. There she is with her card. She's got Royal Command for a force point. She can choose an allied Galactic Republic unit and let them advance. She's got Coordinated Fire for 2 damage for handmaidens. She coordinates with handmaidens only, which is interesting. She's got Crack Shot, Sharpshooter 2. She can focus and then dash, so she can, I like that whole, like she's got a good shot. And then she has this really interesting ability called Servant of the People. And it's anytime she's not wounded, Depending on what her stance is, she can either basically if she's aggressive negotiations, which we're going to look at here in a minute, her supporting characters are going to add 1 to their attack rolls if they're within 4 of her. But if she's got faith in diplomacy, she can let supporting characters contest the objectives even if they're wounded, which is wild. Now, flipping her over real quick, she has 8 squad points and 3 force points. So, you know, pretty decent amount of squad points for her. Both her characters are 4 each, too. Now let's look at those cards. We've got faith and diplomacy right here. We've got a couple of pushes, which is nice. We got 1 just for a single success, which is awfully good. Now, range 4 attack, 6 dice for both melee and ranged, and 5 defense for both. She can heal with expertise for defensive training, which is really cool. She can heal twice for that 3 to 4, and she can heal twice again on 5 plus expertise, which I don't expect you to get that, but that's pretty cool. So pretty good defensive expertise. Not terrible offensive expertise. She's got strikes. She got 2 strikes for melee. So on a single melee expertise is pretty good there. But yeah, that's not bad. Now, aggressive negotiations is a lot more damage intensive, which I like. She's got criticals over here. She's got 7 dice for her ranged, which is a little upgrade there. Lots of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on top, or repositions on the bottom. So she's got a little bit of pushing in there, a little bit of healing in there. So I like that she's trying to be tough to kill, especially with 9 health and 3 stamina. She's trying to be tough to kill. Her other units are also going to help her be tougher to kill, as we are about to see. We've got Sabe, who does have an automatic ability when she comes out. So she's got Loyal Protectors. That is, let's look at her on the other side first. She is a 4-point training unit. Not training unit, gosh, a secondary unit. Also, I want to point out that Queen Amidala has only Galactic Republic. She has no other keywords. So a little bit harder to do a whole lot of synergy with her, but a lot of stuff does synergize with Galactic Republic. So that is pretty cool. I guess that's probably one of the best keywords to have if you are trying to do some synergy with clones and other Republic stuff. A lot of it targets Galactic Republic specifically. So Sabe is going to have Loyal Protectors. And it's going to come out right away. Each handmaiden character may dash towards an allied primary character. So not the same freedom that you have of other movement, but the handmaidens probably want to be close to her anyway, as we'll see when we look at them. She has exposed flank, which lets her climb. She can then get sharpshooter 1 if she's higher. Coordinated assault is going to be dash, which is kind of a cool. I like to doing different things with coordinated assault now. And then this is a really good ability of hers as bodyguard. She's primary characters within 2 and allied secondary characters within 2 of her have cover 1. So she's not just protecting the queen. She's really protecting any named characters near her by giving them a cover 1. So extra defense dice is always nice. She does count as a handmaiden, and she's Galactic Republic with 9 health. It's not half bad. She's got the decoy stance. She does have a push on her first success, which is really cool. She got up to 3 potential pushes, or she can go down here and get the whole reposition, which is really nice. And she's got a good mix of nasty conditions and damage, and she can even jump a little bit. So you can do a whole lot of maneuvering with her. If you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, that is all really cool. She does roll 7 dice on attack, 6 on melee, 5 defense across the board, and moderately decent, expertise chart on her card. So Sabe looks like she's pretty good, really good at protecting and repositioning, and pretty good at pushing people off of objectives as well, which is always a good thing. Now we're going to take a look at the handmaidens. Our Naboo Royal Handmaidens. They are ready to take some prisoners, or maybe not take prisoners, you know what I'm saying? All right, so they got exposed flank. It's going to be a force point. It lets them climb. So not as great as a normal full-blown movement, but hey, climbing is still pretty good. And then, of course, if they end up higher, then they'll have sharpshooter, which is nice. And since, this is it's just interesting to me, because then they get to immediately make that focus action. There you go. So yeah, I like that. It's basically climb up and then shoot. And oh, by the way, you're gonna have a focus action, and instead of just adding one, you're adding 2 dice because of sharpshooter. So pretty cool. And they're gonna need the extra dice too because they only have 5 in their ranged dice pool. Now they have coordinated fire, which gives disarm, and they have intercede. And the intercede is the thing that really makes them kind of stand out in my mind. While they're not wounded, enemy characters engaged with one or more characters in this unit cannot target allied primary characters or allied secondary characters with attacks. It's a huge change, and I feel like the idea is maybe you move some of the primaries and secondaries in first, and once they get kind of low, that's when you move the Naboo Royal Handmaidens in and be like, no, we're stepping in. Because if you have them in first, you'll just wound them right away. But if you kind of force your opponent to divvy up their attacks and put a little bit here and a little bit there, maybe they get a little damage on Amidala. Well, that's fine because she can heal, and get some of that off. And maybe this would pair really well with like Luminara, who's doing lots of healing, keeping the handmaids free and to intercede all day long. I thought that's pretty cool. Now, as far as their stance card, they can heal right away, which is good. They can jump on a single success, which is awesome. Not pushing off of objectives, though, but they have a lot of repositional ability and some support. They got a little bit of damage, a couple of negative conditions, and then, of course, the advance at the end, which is very, very cool. So, yeah, they seem like they're pretty decent. They're a 4-point, and I think the 4 points there really it has a lot to do with that intercede being so restrictive to your opponent. Like, no, you have to attack me or not attack at all, or move away and to a point that I'm not, that you're not engaged with me anymore, and then you can attack, but you then had to waste an action on trying to get away. So it can really throw a monkey wrench in your opponent's plans, especially if they were contesting an objective and now to move away, they'd have to get off of that objective. So pretty cool stuff. Let's go ahead and put these miniatures together. All right, we've got these now put together. Let's start out with Queen Amidala. She is pretty nice looking. Got that big bundle of hair coming down in the back, and the bottom of her dress there is just barely off the base too, which is going to be real interesting when it comes to. I like to do like grassy basing, so it's going to be interesting to try and fit that base material under there without getting grass all over her dress. Here's Sabe, and she's got her hands kind of deceptively crossed behind the back. I put her on the back of the base a little bit because I wanted to give myself a lot of room to put like maybe rocks or a stream or something to do some fun stuff with the base. And I kind of like how she's not taking up the whole base. Some characters are in very, very dynamic poses, and this pose is different because it's actually saying a lot about the character without taking up much space. And the beauty of that is 2 parts. For one, it's very clever and very a departure from many other Shatterpoint miniatures. But the other thing is it gives me a lot of room to get clever with the base. So I like that. Now we've got the handmaidens. Here's our first one, kind of stepping forward. And here's our other one, kind of reaching back. So very cool. They look kind of sinister right here, don't they? Very different than what you have seen in the films where they were very kind of meek. So, yeah, very cool stuff. All right, so that's going to do it for this unboxing. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Again, big thanks to Atomic Mass Games for sending this out, making it possible. If you want to learn more, check the links in the description below. You can also jump into our Discord and keep the discussion going there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and big thanks to my patrons as well. You guys help make this whole channel possible, so thank you for your continued support. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes, and the spice must flow.